So today we're cutting firewood to heat the house so we don't have to use the central heat. It doesn't get too cold here, so we don't need a whole lot. I'm just gonna go over some maintenance on the chainsaw and we'll go from there. We need to tension the chain on the bar. To do that, you take these two nuts off. I had to replace one with a wing nut, that's why they're different. You can see the chain sagging under the bar. If it gets too loose, the chain can slip off and cause all kinds of problems. Once you get these nuts off, the cover just comes off. You can do it without taking the cover off, but I like to just to make sure it's decently clean. There's a flathead screw on the back side of the bar, and that's how you actually tension the chain. Alright, we got our flathead screwdriver. You turn right to tighten, left to loosen. After we tighten the chain, we'll put our cover back on and screw down the nuts. You'll see me check the chain and it comes up a little bit. That's what we want. If it's too tight, it'll bog down the saw. Now, I'm using needle nose to tighten down this nut just because I don't have a wrench to fit it, and my channel locks and my sockets can't fit in there. Alright, so we're going to flip over the saw and we're going to check our fuel and our bar oil. Now this saw is a 2-stroke, so it needs mixed fuel. So we got to make sure that we mix in 2-stroke oil with our fuel. And we do need fuel and we do need bar oil. And you can use a flathead to get these caps off because sometimes they're on there really tight. And it's a little bit tougher doing it one-handed. So we got our bar oil here, and you just pour it in until it's full. Once you got your oil in, you'll put the cap on, tighten it back down, and it's a little difficult with one hand, but we got there. Now our fuel, I don't keep gas in here, I keep it outside, but I have the oil. And I don't pre-mix it, I just put my 2-stroke oil straight into the tank, measure with my heart, and we'll go outside and we'll pour some fuel in it. And I put the cap back on and I give it a good shake, just to mix up that oil and that fuel. Now, I tried to do this one-handed, and it just doesn't work with these new gas cans. Once you got your gas in it and it's full, same thing with the oil. Tighten that lid back down, and I pick up the saw and I'll give it a good shake to make sure it mixes well. So now we're just going to take these big logs and we're going to make them shorter so when I chop them, they'll fit in the fireplace better. a chopping montage. Alright, we got all of our wood split and stacked up to last us about another 2-3 weeks. Thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.